Did you know it was announced? No? Seems like they really didn't want to make a big deal out of the fact that their next Quake game is a board game, huh? Some people thought it was a joke, but I have to admit I'm genuinely excited about this one. Video game board games aren't exactly new. Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Zelda. They started off being aimed at kids, mainly because video games were originally seen as something for younger audiences. But as the gaming industry grew and more adults started playing, board games based on video games followed suit, evolving to cater to an older crowd by introducing more complexity, like Warcraft, StarCraft, Resident Evil, Gears of War. These days, video game board games are mostly a dream come true for miniature lovers, using a well-known game mechanics to ensure it sells well. So, when I heard a Quake board game was in the works, I immediately started digging into it, wondering what it'll be all about. At first, we were only given a title, Quake the Board Game. Not much to go on, right? But if you look into the studio making it, Archon Studio, you can start to piece together what it might be. Their games generally stick to the realm of strategy. Masters of the Universe, Fields of Eternia is an adventure strategy game for 1 to 6 players. The Battleground version, that's a skirmish strategy game for 1 to 4 players. And Heroes of Might and Magic 3? Yep, another adventure strategy game for 1 to 4 players. See the patterns here? All their games are for 1 player and up. Except for this one. Yeah, I guess you can't play a MOBA board game alone. So it's fair to say, this one won't be any different. Second, recently they revealed the game's box, which gave us a lot more clues about what to expect. For context, this isn't the first time id Software has ventured into board games. Doom already has 2 games under its name. The first one, based on Doom 3, got an expansion, and the second was based on Doom 2016. Both were created by Fantasy Flight Games. They're dungeon crawler style games where one player controls the demons, while the others play as Marines who work together to complete the campaign. More recently, Archon Studio released a Wolfenstein board game where the enemies are controlled by the game itself, making it a fully cooperative experience for up to 4 players. Archon is known for their detailed miniatures, and I think the ones for Wolfenstein look great. You have to assemble and paint them, but the quality is there. I haven't played the game myself, but from what I've read, it seems to offer solid gameplay, although some feel it doesn't bring much new to the table compared to other games in the genre. Now, back to Quake. First off, this is not going to be a casual gamer-friendly game. There will be lots and lots of rules, cards, and text to read. Based on the name and what Archon has done in the past, I would bet for yet again a dungeon crawler style strategy or tactical combat game, most likely cooperative. Why? Co-op is hugely popular in board games as it removes direct player confrontation and appeals to a wider audience. Having the enemies controlled by the game also opens the possibility for solo play. Then, Dungeons Crawler as it would fit perfectly the environment and strategic style of the video game. Another clue is the box reveal. It's pretty large, which suggests a lot of miniatures and other elements like map tiles and/or cards. Jarek, the CEO of Archon Studio, shared his excitement. This supports the idea that deathmatch or versus modes could be included, and his mention of immersive atmosphere solidify the campaign focus argument. As for mechanics, dice are likely. Board gamers love their dice, but they'll need to figure out how to capture Quake's fast movement, which can be tricky in a board game. That said, board game designers are incredibly creative, so I'm not too worried. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with the miniatures. Hopefully, they'll be faithful representations of the classic Quake monsters. And with a large box size, maybe, just maybe, we'll get a surprise like a Shub-Niggurath or Chthon miniature, but that's just wishful thinking. So while I'm excited, I'm also hoping it's not just a quick cash grab. Fingers crossed the money didn't all go into the minis, and that the gameplay will be fun with plenty of replay value.